But I took an inventory in my closet, and I was thinking to myself, like, I have like so much stuff, and some of them I don't even wear. So why am I going out and buying more clothes? Hey guys, what's up? Okay, so why you get that big smile?
It's a smile.
It's a smile. Okay, so we are coming today to talk about one of the things that I try to instill in my lovely little bundle of joy that's getting bigger. She's going to be 14 on the 19th, which is next Monday. So, so one of the things I do try to instill in her is, hard work and, the message of nothing in life comes easy, kind of thing. Nothing worth having, at least, comes easy, and so on. The one of the other things that I stress is saving. So some of the other things she's done really well on. Simone, let's be serious here. We're gonna be serious. Okay, so for example, like almost everything, almost is probably I should say everything that she's ever asked for since she's been, a little kid, she's gotten. However, you had to do what?
Keep my room clean and get good grades
And do chores. Like she had to work it off. So, for example, if she said she wanted a PlayStation or she wanted what's one of the things? All of the systems she's had. But I said, oh, you want that, huh? Nintendo D, all of that. So I said, okay, you're going to have to do this, 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 and this, and you got to do it consistently. And, if she ever meets it, then I give it to her. But one of the things that we're having difficulty in is what?
Saving.
Okay.
And keeping my room clean.
And keeping her room clean.
I'm getting better at it.
So next Monday she wants a computer, a laptop, which I'd gotten her the Mac that I had bought for myself, which was a transitional computer that I gave to her. The charger is not working, and since it's an older Mac, we're having difficulties finding one. So she wants a laptop, which she might get. We'll see. All right. Anyways, so we want to talk about savings, and I wanted to give some saving tips. But go ahead and tell them why you're having difficulty saving.
I'm impulsive.
She's impulsive. What else?
That's about it.
That's about it. She's impulsive, so she can't save. And she gets an allowance, which the little knickknacks and stuff, I don't really buy her. Like if we go to Walmart and she want to get some type of candy, she got her thing and she used it all off.
Okay. I didn't use it all off today. I still have it. I still have all of it.
Anyway, so some saving tips. All right, so I've mentioned before, you guys, that I was a single mother. I bought a house really early, and even when I had her, I was doing my own thing, 800 credit score. Yeah, that's right. And put her through private school. So for high school, she's going to probably go to a public school, which she's never gone to a public school. So she's looking forward to that.
She thinks I'll die in a public school. She thinks I won't survive.
But yes, I've done all of that. And so basically, I'm just going to give you the tips on what I did. First of all, you got to be focused and you got to have a goal in mind and know what it is that you want and then go get it. So I have some of them written here that I want to just mention. And they're not in any, particular order in terms of which is more important and what. One of the first things for me when I was about 22 I had to take an inventory of my closet because I was an impulsive shopper. I was
still
a little bit, but I'll tell you how I
got over it.
Got over it. So I was in the latest gear. I was in the finest and dinest. If that's not a word, but you know what I mean. Um, but I took an inventory in my closet, and I was thinking to myself, like, I have like so, much stuff, and some of them I don't even wear. So why am I going out and buying more clothes or buying more shoes? Okay, so I curtail that by doing an inventory in my closet, and then I started, giving some of the stuff away. So I really started giving when I was 22, and that's kind of something that I passed along to her. So she, every so often goes through her closet and give me stuff to give away. All right.
But when I get older, I will probably, when I'm gonna give away and donate stuff, I'll probably take half, donate one half, sell the other half.
Sell the other half. Okay. All right. Another thing that I always did was properly maintain my car. I stayed up on my oil service. I stayed up on my tune-up. And hey, if you don't maintain your car, you're going to always be in the shop. Even though right now I'm in the shop because, y'all, I drive a luxury truck.
And it gets broken every single month.
Any little thing, they always, in the rap videos, they always talking about, oh, this and that, Range Rover and all of this junk, like, which it served its purpose when I was doing mortgages. But like right now, like, I want to get rid of it, but I got one more year to pay it off, so it makes no sense. All right, but you got to properly maintain your vehicle so that you can avoid future, repair costs down the road. As far as my checking accounts and savings accounts, this is what I did when I was saving towards buying my first house. I had 3 accounts. I had my checking accounts where I paid my bills. I had my savings account for the house that I was going to save for. And then I had another savings account, which was for emergency. Okay. And I divided up my paychecks depending on how I wanted to do it. I don't remember because it's so long ago. But let's say I would put 25% towards the house, 10% into the emergency, which I think that was low, but put 10% for emergency, and the rest in my checking account, some of which I used and some of it I didn't use. Okay, so that's what I did. Yes, and so back in the day, early 20s, there was no direct deposit, right? So now what we're doing is we have split up our direct deposit, one into the checking account where we pay all our bills, and then the other portion of it goes into the savings account, into the other bank. So you can actually do direct deposit into more than one bank. Okay, so that has been helping us. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, and we're getting our saving on up in here. All right, my savings account for the house, it was not attached to the bank that I primarily used to pay my bills. I did not have a debit card to it. So if I wanted to go and get the money out, I would have to physically go into the bank. Okay. And in that process, I'm thinking to myself, like, man, like, you really want to buy this house. Why are you going into that account? So I would like kind of talk myself out of it. So I rarely had to use it, and I was able to save my down payment and my closing costs. Okay. Another thing too, if you want to work on building your credit, you have to understand that that's another video, which I can talk about how you can build your credit. Avoid using credit cards, and never ever buy clothes with credit cards. I did it, when I was in college and my early 20s. But, oh, it's a sale. I gotta go get it. Okay, 50% off, or 25% off. I'm going to swipe my card. My credit card is what? Like high teens to 20% interest rate, and I'm going to buy the clothes that was going to save me. But then after a couple months, I spent more on the card than what I was saving on the clothes. No, no, no. Okay, so avoid using credit cards to buy anything have your credit cards for absolute emergency. And I'm not saying go close your credit card accounts, okay? So as I said, we can talk about building credit in another video. Borrow from yourself. If you don't have that emergency fund to the amount that is needed, if you're going to borrow money, don't use that credit card. Borrow from your 401k. And why I say that is that when you're going to go back and pay your 401k, you're paying yourself interest instead of paying the bank interest. Holla. Okay. Another thing here, as far as with your credit cards, do not stick to just paying your minimum payment. Work out a plan, make your budget, and try to get your credit cards paid off. Okay, so there are some more things that I can't even really think of off the top of my head, but the video is 10 minutes long. The main thing that I did though really was getting that separate account, the 3 separate accounts. Actually, right now, I actually have 4. Okay, one.
Do I have an account?
She has an account.
Is there any money in that account?
No, it's all gone.
We need to put some money for my 8th grade trip that I.
We used it up when Jaden was sick. Remember?
Oh, we used it up when Jaden.
Yeah. No, when Jaden was sick. This was when he was in the hospital and he needed emergency surgery and all that other stuff. Okay. By the way, insurance sucks. Okay, you pay your insurance, in case something happens, and then when something happens, they tell you, "Oh no, that we're not gonna cover." Okay, sometimes it's life. Saving stuff, and they're like, no, that's not, we're not gonna cover. Anyways, so I'm going to have to look at this video and see if I got through everything that I wanted to get through, because I'm looking at the time and I'm like, oh my tax returns. I never used any of my tax return. Okay, all of that went into that account that I didn't have the card to. Okay, and now I plan for my tax returns. Like I'll say, okay, I'm going to do the driveway, or I'm gonna do something to the house. Like it was something that I felt that I was going to make money. It wasn't going to make me money. I'm not gonna use it. I was actually last week at the dealership, and killing time. I went to a mall, and there was this girl in there, and I thought she worked at the store because her thing was like all piled up in her hand. So I was like, excuse me, so and she was like, oh no, I don't work here. I'm getting a new closet. I got my tax return back. And I was like, what the heck? So she's getting a new closet wardrobe because she got her tax return. And I'm thinking to myself, dang girl, you need to put that money aside. Okay, put it aside.